Hi. Okay, it is actually 2:51 a.m. I don't know why I'm up, but I'm having some random kind of moments right now. Hey, everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Elaine with Real Talk with Elaine. It's been a while since I've been with you guys. I know that it's been probably 2 weeks and you haven't gotten a real, content video out of me. And I want to explain why. You just stay around for a minute and let's just have some random talk, okay? Some random bleep, all right? So as you saw in my title, this is kind of some random bleep and some things just to kind of catch you up on my last couple of weeks. It has been tumultuous. I'm telling you, I have had a lot going on personally, professionally, and in the midst of it all, I did sneak away to get some me time. And I thought that was so important. And that was probably the most rewarding part of my 2 week period. Well, as you can see, first of all, let me start off by just saying, again, we had an amazing 57th Delta convention here in Washington, D.C. that was just simply amazing. I wasn't there in person. I had to actually do virtual this year because of some conflicting priorities that I had, but I was able to check out a lot of the activities and festivities that were going on in our nation's capital. And I am so excited about what we are doing and how we are moving forward as a sorority, as an organization that is just such a powerhouse and needed in such a time like this. So I want to just shout out to all my sorors. I know y'all are laid down right now, just trying to rest and recover and recharge from everything that we've done over the past week. But I thank you so much for those who had an opportunity to come to our city and just see how much we do things well here. And I could tell just by watching that everything was just amazing. And so Soros, I just want to give you a quick little mids up here for doing a great job, Soros in the DMV. You know I love you, and the host chapters, you did an amazing job. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That was my plug-in. And so the next thing I want to go into on my random mode at 2:54 a.m. now. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is just how a lot has been going on in this past couple of weeks. You know, I'm very transparent. For those of you who know me personally, you know that I'm very transparent. It's a little that I don't share. So I'm not one of those personal people. I just want to just kind of, if I feel like anything that I can say is helpful to anyone around me, because some people just don't have that kind of fortitude where they want to come out and share about a lot of their personal journeys, especially for those of you who are new to my channel. I'm sorry I didn't do my intro. I'm not going to take a whole long time. And if you want to skip through it, you should be able to skip through it. But my name again is Elaine, and this is Real Talk with Elaine. I am on a GLP1 journey, been on the GLP1 journey since March of 2024. I'm GLP1 for me, was kind of dual related. I'm on Mounjaro, and I currently, I'll tell you about my dosing in a minute. I don't want to spoiler alert. But anyway, I currently am taking Mounjaro for two reasons. Number one, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes back in February of 2024. My doctor did put me on it because he saw it as an opportunity for me to be able to not only control my A1C, but as well as I had a diagnosis of obesity, morbid obesity. So with that being said, we have to, put some things in perspective, and that's what I did. And it's a journey that I'm so glad I don't have to turn back from, because I felt so much better. My A1C is completely controlled now, where it was supposed to like an 8.2 before. Now it's down to last time I had it checked, I believe a 4.9. So I am really, really doing well on this and responding well to the medication. So if this is your first time and you're thinking about getting on a GLP-1, be it Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, please, 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 this is an amazing community. I have amazing supporters. I do want to say, I think I'm up to like 226 now. So come on, share my channel, share my information, share this content with those who just might want to be a part of something that's real, okay? Because that's what I am. All right, so now back to the business of this random bleep session, okay? So this past couple of weeks, I did have a lot of things going on. One of the things that I had going on was some challenges I was having with accepting criticism from a situation that happened at work. And I definitely felt like, maybe I was being targeted about some things that's been going on. We've got a lot of changes and change of administration and things like that at work. So it's been really kind of challenging, especially if you have been a part of an administration change. It's like everybody is like on pins and needles because you don't know what new leadership is going to come in, how they're going to react, who they're going to keep, who they're going to toss out the door. So some of those things have been kind of a challenge for us. But I will say that we have a great team in my department. Like, it's not really my department that I'm kind of like freaking out about, but it's just everybody else that we kind of interact with. They're kind of going a little off the deep end right now and just making it feel like that things are just so dependent on what we do. And that's not necessarily true. Everybody has to be responsible and accountable for their own areas. So without going into the deep on that, I mean, that's just been, I think that kind of raised a sense of anxiety in me a little bit. So I was feeling a little kind of like weird and off the circuit a little bit about that. And so if you've experienced that, I'm pretty sure, a lot of jobs, you've been through changes of administration, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know this is not really kind of a foreign concept, but so that was one of the things. And anytime your livelihood is involved in something and you're scared that, oh my God, things could kind of really go different. And I know, I want to be sensitive to the fact that I know there are a lot of our federal government workers out here who have experienced this on a higher level than what I'm saying right now. So I am highly sensitive to that. So I know exactly, how you all feel. But I mean, I don't want to over exaggerate the situation. It's not on that level for me, but it is very much a place of uncertainty sometimes. And so I was dealing with some of that in the past couple of weeks. So I'll say that and I'll leave that alone. So work life, and then personal life, family life. If you watch my series that I have now on Black Mama Bonnet series, I did talk about some things that I'm experiencing with my adult children, and I'm actually reading this book, Living Life with Adult Children by Jim Burns. Excuse me. I'm sick again too, so I'm gonna tell y'all that. So I know it's all because of stress. My resistance is completely low. My immune system, I do have an autoimmune disease as well. And so my immune system is really being compromised and challenged right now. So I'm sorry if I do some coughing throughout, but I've been dealing with an illness for the past couple of days too. But anyway, back to this point. I just, had some family drama, and I think I mentioned that I had a child that outed me based on my childhood trauma on Facebook. And so because of that, it did bring back a lot of things for me that was kind of triggering. And especially when you have a child that does that to you, because you put everything into your children. I know for me, I did, because I wanted to be the exact opposite of how I was raised. And so, you know, my children didn't want for anything. They didn't need anything. We live very conservatively. As you can see, I don't have a grandiose home or anything. I've shown you different parts of my home through these videos. And, you know, I'm a very conservative, clean, but conservative individual. And my husband and I have always lived like that. We don't want to be above our means. That's why we like to travel, because we want to be able to do things that we enjoy doing. So yes, so that's something that I've prided off, just being able to have that kind of lifestyle. And you know, but that also afforded us to be able to do some really unique things for our children as they were growing up, and giving them, this is our children's childhood home. Basically, we've been here like 18, 19 years or so, probably more than that. But anyway, so I just want to say to you that, you know, and as this being random bleep, you know, it was really hard having a child that I've given everything to, all of my everything to, and having them be able to go and just put me out on Facebook for no apparent reason, for personal things that they could have come and talked to me about if they had a problem with it. And it was based on some untruths. And I had a really difficult time with that. Not to mention having some issues medically going on with this individual that week, and having to be there to support this individual. And so it was just a lot going on for me. And I decided to get away. I had an opportunity to get away for a little bit over a weekend break and take some time for just me. And that's what I did. And I ran off and went to an island and had a wonderful time. And you know, came back and, you know, tried to put some things back into perspective. But I had to do it because I needed that break. I needed that break, or I was going to break. And I remember sending my boss a thing because I took off like one day last week or whatever. And I was just like, I need a mental health break day. I just needed that time because it was for me. And I'm grateful that I did it. I'm grateful that I had that time. Did come back and got sick again because it was changing the climate so fast and everything. But that's just me. I deal with that. All right. So here's another item that I wanted to bring up. Since this is my GLP1 kind of update too, I haven't come to you all in a while to kind of tell you some of the things I've been doing, up and down, up and down, up and down with this this medication. I did get back in the gym. Back in the gym. Me and Tasha back in the gym. And Thomas. Where Thomas at? Thomas too. You done? I told you all about something that was going on with my trainer. He lost his gym, and then he started wanting to train us at another gym. It's okay. It hasn't really been consistent. So that's a piece that I need to get back on track with. I do strength train here at home from time to time on my own, but I have now gotten into loving gym life. And so I'm definitely going to I think I was recommended by a few subscribers to look at the ladder program. So I'm going to look at that because the gym that I'm at, they don't really allow training from outsiders. So I don't want to get caught and lose my membership. And so like this trainer that I was with, he shows up every now and again to do that with us. And it still doesn't feel right. So I'm like, if I'm paying for gym membership, I might as well go ahead and just either pay for a trainer that they can provide for me, or I'm going to go ahead and set up my own. And I don't think this gym I'm a part of have trainers, so I'm just going to go ahead and set up my own training regimen. So I am going to look into that program Ladder, and there's some other programs I heard about that are virtual, and see if I can be stimulated by that. I just think just being in the environment around other people helps a whole lot for me, because I'm kind of a person that needs that external energy and motivation sometimes. So especially in a gym environment, that's the only time I really need that, honestly, is in a gym environment, because I feel the energy of those around me. And I guess that relates, right? All right. So I'll keep you all posted on how this new integration into me doing my own gym training. And I've learned so much since I have been in strength training for a while. So I think I'm going to be okay. All right. I don't know too much about filming a lot there, because I just don't feel right doing that. Maybe if I go during hours where it's not a lot of people, but generally the one that I've been going to, usually when I go, it's kind of a lot of people there, and I don't really want to do a lot of filming during that time. All right. So now this week I did something weird in terms of my shot. And I'm going to show you what I did when I get to it. But anyway, I decided, so for those of you who know, I was on 12.5 probably for about almost 4 months. And I've been in a stall, as I felt, and I call it a stall because to me, that's what it is. I haven't done anything much different, but I just wasn't losing any weight. And for those of you who also watch me, you know that I have lymphedema, which did y'all see at the beginning of the video where I actually showed almost a full body of me. I don't usually show my legs, and I got on shorts, and so I don't usually do that because I am very conscientious of, you know, how my legs appear, because, and you all probably been watching where your president recently was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. I have the same thing basically. And so that's what I've been dealing with. And it's not cute. And I've been hearing a lot of jokes on the internet about it because of it being our national president, or our president of the United States, I'm sorry. But honestly, even though I'm not a fan, and I'll just say that of him, but I am so distraught by it because it personally involves me too, because I have the same condition and I know what it feels like, and I know the insecurity that you feel around having it. Also known as lymphedema or whatever. So yeah, so just be a little bit more sensitive about that, because there are those of us who are watching as like the wisecracks are being made about, you know, because they may not like the president, and that's fine, but the disease it's a disease that many of us, and it's incurable. So it's a disease that many of us face, and it is really hard for us to adjust to the different challenges in our lives without it, you know, about surrounding it. So I just ask that you just be a little kinder about it. And in any disease, any illness, it's not funny. It's definitely things that we need to make sure that we're being more culturally sensitive about it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. So anyway, so I was on 12.5, and I decided that I felt like I wasn't really eating a lot. I wasn't getting the protein, calories, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm stalling. So my dumb butt decided, oh, I'm going to push myself back to 10. I actually did talk to my doctor about it. And I was like, you know, y'all know some of these doctors don't really have a clue. They're not on a medication. I do have a doctor that's on a medication, but that wasn't the one I talked to about it. I talked to my online doctor about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe I should move back to 10, blah, blah, blah. So, no, I'm sorry. That was my on-ground doctor. And I told her I wanted to move back to 10. So she moved me back to 10. And then my online doctor, I see through Plush Care. He decided, oh, no, you don't need to stay on, move, we need to move you forward. So he pushed me to 15. I hadn't planned to take the 15. I did get the 15s because they were in stock, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get them. So he was like, no, go to 15 because I think that'll jumpstart, blah, blah, blah. And of course, reduce any alcohol intake that you may be doing, and da, 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 da. So he gave me all that advice, and I did. I had the 15s for a few weeks, but I was like, I'm not doing it. I was still taking 10 milligrams. Well, my dumb butt again decided that nobody told me to do this, to jump from 10 to 15 after I've been on 10 for quite a few weeks. 3 weeks to be exact, 3 or 4 weeks to be exact. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks. I have to go back and look. But I decided to push myself up to 15. Let's go! Now, I just told y'all I was sick this past week too, right? I got sick again. So I'm already not feeling well. And then I decided to take a 15 milligram. My first time ever taking 15. Now, for those of you who don't know, 15 is the final frontier, okay, of this, this dosage that you can get on these tirzepatide medications. So I was like, oh my God. I took a 15. At first, I was fine. I ran around, did some errands, had to do some stuff. On Saturday, I took the shot Friday night, Saturday morning, in the middle of the night. I typically wake up and take my shot because I forget. So I took my shot. I get up, I go run some errands, and it has been absolutely crazy. Like, this piece has been crazy for me, taking this 15. I had quite a few feelings of just blah, in terms of not really knowing. It felt like emotionally I was kind of there, but not there. Just feeling kind of like out of it, honestly. I didn't feel like, and I did make some notes about some of the things I experienced. Because this was a big step. Like, I got friends that's on this medication, like, I will never take 15. I actually remember I called Alonda, I think night before last or something. I was like, girl, I did the 15. She's like, what? I was like, I did the 15. It was like, it's like you breaking your virginity or something. I don't mean it sounds so gross, but seriously, it was like, I did the 15. Like, can you believe it? She was like, I'm not ready for that. I was like, I know. But it really was interesting. And I really didn't think twice about it. Like, I just had no inhibitions about it at the moment. I just said, I'm going to do it. And I did it. But, it's not a joke. It really is intense. And you can kind of feel, you definitely feel it physically and emotionally. I'm not going to tell you. If you have taken 15 and after you took it, you said, I have lost my mind, you're right. You've lost your mind, because that's exactly what I felt. I felt like I lost my mind. So some of the things I just wrote down that I felt was, number one, the severe fatigue. And I know I got to hurry up and wrap this video up. I felt like, my body was just betraying me or something. It was like, what? I don't know. What? Like, and I was just laid out on that couch right there behind me. I was just like laid out on that couch for over 24 hours, for real. Like, I could not move. I was just vegetated. And it was like, oh my God, what is going on? I definitely had no desire to eat. Like, it was zero. Like, I could not get, I don't even think I got 500 calories in the 24-hour period. I couldn't eat anything. I've been surviving on watermelon because that seems like that's the only thing that was helping me. And then also, I didn't feel a desire to drink. Matter of fact, let me take me a break. And I want to just thank Alonda for telling me about Coldest. I know several of you use it. I finally got my Coldest water bottle. And I love it. I love it. But anyway, but I couldn't get any water in. I couldn't get anything in. It was like 24 hours of pure hell, The brain fog, this dose, I just couldn't get a grip on my thinking patterns. I had so many things I had to get done. And it was like, I was just so scattered with everything. And I couldn't, and I normally don't have that feeling. Honestly, GLP-1s have helped me be more organized in my thought processes. And so to have that for that first 24, 48 hours was like, ew. Anxiety. Now that was huge. I was having heart palpitations, and I normally don't. Now, mind you, I told you I got a lot of other things family-wise going on, both internal and external family issues. So, or extended, should I say, family issues. So, but it was like I was having heart palpitations. I was actually having anxiety attacks, and that was really weird. I haven't had that, and I can honestly, I've heard other people say they have, but I haven't experienced that on any of the other doses like that. Not to that extreme where I could just see my heart palpitating through my clothes, and I was like, this is not good. And then just kind of feeling emotionally hollow and maybe disassociated about some things. So I didn't know whether I was sad. I didn't know how to feel joy or whatever. It was like, my emotions were just like all over the place. I even had to check to see if I had my HRT patch on, because sometimes after I get out the shower, because I'll take off my patch when it's the day that's for me to change it. And I'll get out the shower and I get off to 50 million things and forget that I didn't replace my patch. And I do feel that way when I don't take my hormone replacement patch. And so I was like, did I not put my patch on? But I had my patch on. I had everything. And it was just like I was still feeling kind of like this, like, what's going on? Why don't I feel a certain way? Happy, sad, whatever. And I just, it was only way I can describe it, guys, is like it was just the blah zone. It was the blah zone for me. And, sometimes these sensations, as I'm even struggling to describe them right now, they're not easy to describe. And, but you just kind of feel it like in your bones, like something is not right. These routines are broken. Things just don't fall in place. So that's what I was feeling on 15. I don't know if anybody else is on 15 right now and you had some similar experiences. Hopefully this was just week 1 shot for me of doing that. I think I will try it again. I'm feeling a lot better today. I am back on prednisone and erythromycin and stuff for this infection that I have, this respiratory infection that I have right now. So my soror was saying to me last night, be careful, because prednisone can it's a cover-up drug. It can hide other things that's really going on. And I was like, really? You know, when people tell you that, you just kind of think about it. And I was like, okay, so maybe the prednisone is making me feel good, but hopefully I will, you know, I'll test it and see. I think I'll try again for the 15 next week and see how it goes. I will tell you that I did come down a few pounds. Not that we should be so scale focused, and I'm trying not to be, but I did. I came down a few pounds, and I don't want to talk about the weight part right now because, again, I'm still dealing with the stall basically. So I'm really back up higher than I was. So I will say that what the scale said today was 236. And so it's like, I need to get back down. I was at 232 at my lowest. So I've really, you know, got to get these other 4 pounds off of me. But I'm not really worried about it like that. I'm honestly, I see a lot of content creators is talking, and we're like, at this stage in our process, we're just like, we're not really worried about it like that. So anyway, exciting week. Everything I've caught you up on. I will have a surprise because I will be going to the meet and greet with Lorraine and Chris Durham from the Downsize on tomorrow, on Wednesday. So they're going to be here in the DMV area. And so I have received my invitation to come in and hang out with them at their private location. And so we will, I'll have a chance to meet them. That's why my hair is looking like this. I didn't even address the elephant in the room. Yeah, my hair is doing better. It's growing back a little bit. It's still not as thick as it was when I started my journey, but I did take some advice of some other folk, and I've been taking my hair vitamins. It's just still not getting as thick yet. So I'm going to look at some other options, but I am getting it done tonight, getting it braided. And, you know, I haven't been putting the skinny braids in there, so I don't put too much tension on it, but it's coming back. I just miss having my hair. So, but that's it. Thank you for joining me. I took you guys to 30 minutes a day, but y'all ain't seen me in 2 weeks. So you could have, if you didn't make it through the end of this video, shame on you, because you ain't seen me in 2 weeks. Like, really? You ain't want to spend 30 minutes with me? But anyway, I love you guys so much. If you have not liked, subscribed, or commented, please do that for me. And please, please, please make sure you share my video. If it's anything that you think is helpful for anyone that you know, please share my video so it can be helpful for them as well. All right. Love you. Bye.